Hier in Zürich gehen Zehntausende Schwulen und Lesben auf die Straße. Anderswo traut sich niemand. Riga, Moskau, Bukarest, Warschau, all dies sind Beispiele von Gay Prides, wo es immer wieder zu massiver Gewalt gegen friedliche Demonstranten kommt. Wir begrüßen heute eine Frau aus einem Land bei uns, das gern vergessen wird. Und häufig vergessen wir, dass dort und anderswo Menschenrechte mit Füßen getreten werden. Eine, die sich seit Jahren für die Rechte von Minderheiten in Moldawien einsetzt, ist Mihaela Copot, Amnesty International Aktivistin und lesbisch. Wir sind froh, dass sie heute hier sein kann, denn die Situation für engagierte Lesben und Schwule in Moldawien ist kritisch.
Our next speaker is from a part of the world that has not embraced gays and lesbians yet. A part of the world where news about abuse and discrimination are seldom news. It took her some courage to come here today. Please welcome with me from Moldavia a woman who is constantly fighting for human rights. For the first time, she's on stage as an openly lesbian woman. Mihaela Copot.
Ein Riesenapplaus auch für sie.
Hello, Europride! This is such a pleasure and an honor to speak to such a devoted crowd, decided to take a stand even if it's raining or not. So that's a privilege for me. I want to greet you today in the name of gays, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people in Eastern Europe, and to say hello to everybody. Today here we are gathered as a large family from all over the Europe and also the rest of the world. And it gives me a great feeling of belonging to this family. It feels like I'm not alone and I'm included, I'm with you. Every time we are walking together down the streets in Pride events, we proclaim a message of our love, and we always claim its right to freedom and dignity. And we share our stories. We share stories of love that goes beyond any borders and any barriers. Unfortunately, there are still countries in the world where people like us still face harassment, oppression, arrests, punishments, imprisonment, and also death penalty. That's why we should keep walking with Pride events. There are still countries in Europe either where people can't walk their walks and they can't celebrate their love openly. Our sisters and brothers in Moldova, Russia, Lithuania, and other countries in Eastern Europe can't peacefully manifest for their human rights because it's too dangerous and life-threatening. This is the fourth Pride parade in my life, but it never happened in my own country. In my country, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community is striving for years to have a peaceful assembly in support for their basic human rights, and they are denied this right repeatedly and illegally by the authorities. That's why I urge you again, and I call you again, walk in Pride parades until and as far as you have the chance to do it. I want to share with you a story from my country, which is a real story, and it happened last year. As a human rights activist and as an Amnesty member, I witnessed and documented how 50 human rights activists coming from LGBT worldwide, from all countries and also Moldova, tried to have a peaceful assembly in support of the anti-discrimination law in Moldova. despite the ban of this event. And then what happened? They were surrounded by angry crowds of radical religious, paramilitary, and neo-Nazi groups. And they were kept hostage for 45 minutes in a bus. And the crowds were banging in the windows. They tried to destroy the engine. They tried to use a lighter next to the engine. All this time, the police was nearby and didn't do anything to protect peaceful demonstrators. This is why every time I have a chance to walk in Pride parades, I am doing it. And it's a great and amazing and very special experience for me. It's very empowering, and you need to live it. And I'm doing this every time I can do it. And I did it last year in Bucharest, Romania, in Riga, Latvia, just to support our community and be solidar with them for their basic human rights, because your rights are my rights, aren't it? And I'm doing this every time I have the opportunity, because I think this kind of events like Pride marches, they launch a very important signal to the rest of the world where this is impossible. This launches a message and a signal of hope for community like Moldova or Russia or Lithuania. On the other hand, every time when I'm here with you in the crowds, when I see all this openness, freedom, authorities being present and welcoming you, I feel so bitter and sad for my own country and my own people and my own community that has no chance yet to experience this extraordinary event like Pride. This is why I am here today, to call you to march with Pride every time in Pride parades. I'm calling you to march for those who can't march in their own countries. But most of all, I'm calling you to march together with us in our own countries where we still can't do it yet. Yes, we can, that's true. I'm calling and inviting you to march with us on the streets of Eastern Europe and make a stand for human rights, just like you are doing it here. I'm calling you to go to the streets of Bucharest, Riga, Moscow, Chisinau, my home country, and many others in Eastern Europe. And I'm urging you to go down the streets together with us, because it's only together that we can make it. And let's walk with pride. Thank you, Europride. You're amazing. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mihaela Copot.
Ein Riesenapplaus, herzlichen Dank.
I love you. You're such a great crowd. You're amazing. Thank you.